a short passage or paragraph from the book we're currently reading, A Fortune Teller Told Me, with an analogy of time with a river. In one of the many fine passages in Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha, the prince, soon to become Buddha, the enlightened one, is sitting on the riverbank. It strikes him that once the measurement of time is waived, the past and the future are ever present, like the river, which at one and the same moment exists not only where he sees it to be, but also at its source and at its mouth. The water which has yet to pass is tomorrow, but it already exists upstream, and that which has passed is yesterday, but it still exists elsewhere downstream. Sitting high on the Wat Pussy Hill in Luang Prabang in the golden peace of sunset, I looked down at the heart-stirring confluence of the small, impetuous Namkan River and the broad, majestic Mekong, and thought of Siddhartha's vision. It seemed to me that conjunction and mingling of muddy waters was, like life, mine included, made up of so many streams. It seemed that past, present, and future were no longer distinguishable one from another. They were all there, in that relentless flow. 55 years had slipped away like the great river rolling towards the China Sea. The rest of my time on earth was already welling up in the Himalayan slopes, already underway, moving towards me along the same channel, clearly defined and counted to the last hour. If I had had a higher perch than that hill, I might have been able to see more of the river in both directions. And thus, could I have seen more past, more future? I was alone, and as can happen when one is surrounded by nature, far from any other human presence, the mind slips free of the bonds of logic, and the imagination runs wild. The most absurd thoughts arise at the threshold of consciousness. Yes, perhaps what we call the future has already happened, and only because our view is limited do we fail to see it. Perhaps that is why some people can read it as easily as we see the light of a star which has been extinct for centuries. Perhaps the secret lies in breaking away from the dimension of time. Time as we normally conceive it, made up of years, hours, seconds.